Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Latest IRCC update came out through cicnews.com. Okay, cicnews.com does a very good job at getting these information about the backlogs. Okay, so I'm going to compare the latest backlog details with the previous backlog detail. Okay, so that we can see where the difference lies. And all in all, the citizenship applications, they've been processed very fast, almost probably more than 45,000 people received their citizenship. Now, the main reason for that was because Canada recently announced that citizenship tests will now be taken virtually, which is a great thing. I don't think there is any country in the world that is doing it virtually except Canada. So that is why there is a reduction in the citizenship backlog. Okay, apart from that, express entry inventory of backlogs, that is what most of my subscribers are more interested in. So currently the express entry inventory stands at 40,000, which was 51,600. Okay, so there is a reduction of 11,000 people in the express entry pool. And if we talk about the details of within the express entry, Canadian experience class, well, I'll talk about Canadian experience class at the end. First, let's talk about federal skilled workers, FSWs. Now, FSW previous backlog situation on July 17th was 18,000 people, 18,127 people were in the FSW pool waiting for their applications to be processed. Right now, it is reduced by a large number and it is now at 11,669. So almost 7,000 people, 6,500 people received their PPRs. And keep in mind, there could be a couple of people who would have gotten an invitation in the recent draws, which is a low probability because most of the people who received their ITS in the recent draws of IRCC, they would be CEC class, right? But there could be, I mean, maybe 24 people from federal skilled worker as well. So, I mean, there could be an addition in FSW backlog, okay, because people submit their application before the 60-day deadline. And the first draw was in July. Then in August, most of the people would have submitted their applications. And that brings me to Canadian experience class backlog, because it was, the backlog was 5,195, almost 5,200 on July 17th. And right now on August 31, the backlog is at 5,214. So instead of decreasing the backlog, it has rather increased. The number is increased. But keep in mind, as I just mentioned, that the recent IRCC draws, mostly the people above 500 are CEC. So CEC applications were processed as well. And at the same time, newer applications were inserted as well. So therefore, we don't see any difference in the CEC backlog. If we talk about the PNP programs that are linked with express entry, there is a reduction as well, massive reduction. It was at 27,925, meaning 28,000 people in the provincial nomination program linked with EE category. 28,000 people were in the backlog on July 17th. Right now it is at 23,000. So there is a reduction of 5,000 as well. I mean, these two streams are mainly for outlanders, I would say. There is a reduction for FSW about 7,000 and about 5,000 for PNP EE. Federal skilled trades remain the same, so there is not much difference. And if I talk about the further details about the PNP programs that are not linked with express entry, the base PNP programs, 41,832 is the current backlog. Okay, so overall, the overall number of backlog is around 2.5 million, which is not very promising. But keep in mind that 371,000 people are still from Canadian citizenship class. Okay, so overall the backlog has reduced by 92,000. But I've given you the details about express entry, individually all the streams of all the programs of express entry, because express entry is not a program, right? So all the programs of express entry, I've given you the individual details. So with this information, this is Ali Iftikhar, and I'm hoping great things are coming your way.